I think being online destroys a bit of a human aspect of relationships within your life hold. I had a conversation with somebody recently, and he was a Trump supporter. We were going to and fro, back and forth, and we didn't bring up politics at all. It was just a regular conversation in person where we talked about Dragon Ball Z, and we talked about sandwiches, and we talked about how good honey barbecue wings are. That was pretty much the extent of how our conversation went. So, when it comes to talking online, if I would only see that he was a Trump supporter, I couldn't see his face, couldn't talk to him eye to eye, Tevin Campbell, I couldn't be able to speak to him face to face, person to person. And that's kind of destructive in my mind. That's destructive for me because if you don't have your echo chamber, where are you going to go? Now, I know you have your fun little echo chamber online where everybody is LGBTQ or everybody's going to vote for Trump or the liberals are crazy or the conservatives are evil. There is no right and wrong, left and right, up and down, left and go, to and fro. There is no that in person. You can't look at me and tell immediately, oh, this guy loves Beautiful Joe. You can't tell that. You can't tell my interest just by base assumption of me. You can guess, and you may be a little bit correct. You may have a little bit correction with a few things you may guess. You can guess that I'm black. Oh, whoa, that's new. But you can't guess that I'm also Arabic. Yeah, my mother is Arabic, so there's that. You didn't really guess that. Middle Eastern is a part of my bloodline. Didn't really guess that. Couldn't really pick that up on that. When I interact with somebody in person, which I have been doing for quite some time as I haven't been streaming, I interact with them. I'll see their interests later. I interact with who they are, a human first. Before I see anything, before I see boy, girl, non-binary, none of that jazz, I just see a human. And when you're online, you don't get to see a person. You see text that represents beliefs. You see anonymity that says racial slurs and horrific evil things about black cosplay. I saw somebody do a black cosplay one time, and one of the retweets was, that time I got reincarnated as a cotton picker. Which was insane. That is an insane thing to tweet. That is psychotic. That is horribly racist. People are being anti-Semitic, homophobic. People are being evil, weird, ridiculous bullies. But people will say that's just the internet because you have anonymity. The issue of being too online is that you think everyone's like that. When you interact with people in person, you ask them crazy questions. I got asked an insane question in person, and I never thought I would probably get asked this question in my entire life. They said, do you oil it up? And I said, what? They said, do you oil it up? This was somebody that recognized me from YouTube and TikTok. I said, I don't know what that means. And they said, oh, haha, just fun skibbity wrist stuff. Sorry, gotta go. Now, you could attribute that to brain rot, but you could also attribute that to being too online. Because a lot of people will naturally assume that I share their same beliefs when I don't. I'm not an echo chamber. A lot of things I don't agree with. For instance, I don't tip. A lot of people hate that about me. I will, however, pay for some random person's groceries if they are struggling and can't find their wallet, simply because I feel like it and I have the extra money to do so. I don't protest. I don't feel like it, but I don't realistically care to support genocide, obviously, but I still eat at McDonald's. That means you're not boycotting. Nobody's filming me. Nobody cares. I can do it in a private in my home. It's fine. But if they see you do it, then you have a big online following, then I don't care. I don't care. Don't use me to justify your beliefs. Please don't do that. That's ridiculous. Being too online will have you attributing yourself to the online beliefs that you hold deeply and put them into real life. When in real life, most people don't care. I don't know if you know that. Most people in real life really don't care. No one cares. No one in real life genuinely cares. If I'm at work, no one's going to bring up politics with me. No one's going to talk about, oh, who are you voting for? No one does that. Online, they do that because they can't do it face to face. So you can argue, you can type out a well-dictated response. You can fact check. You can do all these fun stuff. No one's going to fact check you in real life. I remember I said something ridiculous. I said, hey, did you know we finally discovered the fifth dimension? They said, oh, okay. I just said it. Because I felt like it. Just an impulsive lie. Want to see what people say about it. They said, well, I'm happy humans are advancing, is what the person said. And I said, you know, we cloned a sheep. And they said, yeah, that was a few years back, wasn't it? And they knew about that. And we talked about that. That's what I was just seeing what I could get away with. In real life, there's no fact check. There's no Google. There's nothing. It's just two humans joshing. Two humans having a fun time. Being too online destroys that human connection. I think with the pandemic, it forced us all to be online more, so it caused us to get more radicalized. It caused us to be more ridiculous, more of an echo chamber, more staying with people within your group. If you see somebody outside of your group, they're evil. They don't listen to my beliefs. They like pineapples on pizza. They're voting for Trump. They're evil. Wait a second. The other side's actually evil. They think that babies should die. They're evil. It's not just one side or one side. There are 1,000 solutions to one problem. There are 1,000,000 solutions to one problem. You can have a variety of answers with different methods to get to that same answer, but you don't have to be good or evil. There is no objective good or evil. There's not even objective reality. I saw a butterfly, and I know for a fact that I hate that butterfly. Wanna know why I hate that butterfly? That butterfly can see more colors than me, and it tastes with its feet. Butterflies taste with their feet. That's just an objective fact. Why do butterflies taste with their feet? I don't know, but it makes me think about it all the time. I go crazy sicko mode. I go nuts thinking about these small little minutia things that get me confined inside of my brain, things that make me go crazy, things that make me lose it all the time, trying to figure out why people hate this person, why people despise this person, when in reality they did one bad thing on the top of a bunch of other not so bad things. Oh, yeah, he donated $20,000 to charity, but 7 years ago he said the N-word, so I hate him. Why? Why do you hate him? Is that it? You're not even black. Black people don't care that he said the N-word. He donated $20,000 to a small local college that was black funded. He's fine. Who cares? You're too online. You're far too online. You think the online spectrum is how people work in the real world. That's not how we work. We are humans. We are humans first. We need social interaction. We're social creatures. We don't have to stay within our groups. Grow and be a bigger person. Hear an opposite opinion. And while you may not agree with it, understand it. You don't have to agree with it. Just understand why somebody would think like that. Don't be angry or messed up or ruined because somebody has a completely different opinion than you. That is strange to do. When you're too online, you lose that part of humanity of what you are. You lose the aspect of having fun with it. It's okay to have fun with it. Look at the screen with me not being there for a moment. It's okay to have fun with it. It's okay to exist outside of your echo chamber. It's okay to exist in a world where people don't share your same beliefs. I'm coming back into camera rotation. Go ahead and look at the screen again. I need you to think about what it really means to be a person. What it really means to exist outside of anonymity, to have a face-to-face conversation with somebody you deeply disagree with. I've had so many, and I mean so many, conversations with people I deeply disagree with. I would never see eye to eye with them, but I understand them. If someone threatens your ability to exist, which I know a lot of you psychopaths are going to comment and say, well, if somebody's threatening my will to exist, I should argue with them. I know you're going to comment that, and I'm not arguing that. I'm really not. I'm not arguing if somebody doesn't like homosexual people or lesbians or think gay people shouldn't be married. By all means, that is obviously a belief they have that is founded in ignorance, and you should probably not argue with them, because arguing with them and getting mad at them because you don't have the emotional capacity to not get mad when it's particularly pertaining to you, you're not going to change their opinion. You getting mad at them or chastising them or trying to cancel them or trying to go out of your way to find their job and call them and say this person's homophobic isn't going to get them changed. It's going to make them hate you even more because you're harassing them. They're going to be ignorant. They're going to die alone having this horrible, disgusting, weird belief, but they're also going to have a loving family. They're also going to have like-minded individuals that will radicalize and believe what they believe. That's what's going to happen. You want to fight for the sake of fighting. You don't want to fight for the sake of beliefs or for the sake of changing things. You want to fight because it feels correct. It feels correct to do so. What are you even fighting for? Are you fighting just to pick up the next pitchfork? Or are you fighting to fight for something that actually has reprehensible and great consequences that will make a great change in the world? What are you doing? Do you just want to chase Frankenstein's monster out of the town? Or do you want to bring Frankenstein's monster in and ask him why he's in pain? Oh, you're made of a bunch of decomposing bodies, Frankenstein's monster? Let's go take out Victor Frankenstein and see if it can make your body better. Let's understand you. Conversations without anger or malice or hate get a lot further than making a conversation that is a fire in a dry forest. You ruin so much for your life, so much for yourself, when you just cultivate this disgusting, vitriolic, evil, horrible mindset amongst humans. It's gross, and I hate it. I don't want you to be this. thing that hates all, that wants to destroy all, that wants to eat and devour and eat and devour and regurgitate nonsense. I don't want you to be that thing. I want you to be somebody that's kind, patient, understanding, and fun. I want you to talk to people who you would never talk to get a broader scope on life. That is what I want. And if you can't do that, if you can't look past yourself, get past your ego of getting out of the online spectrum, being too online, then that is an issue. Don't be around people that all agree with you and don't offer any criticism. That's a horrible way to live. It is a disgusting, weird, and wacky way to live. And you'll be drawing art one day, and everybody around you will say it's great art until you show it to somebody you don't know and they say this sucks. And you have your friends, your pity party, tell you this art is actually really good. I don't know what that guy was talking about. But art can be interpreted differently. Well, this can be interpreted differently. Well, they don't have, they're just going to be bigoted and weird and gross. You don't get progress that way. You ruin yourself. You ruin your ability to grow by doing that. And I'm sick of it. You're too online. Go for a walk.